Aha! Eureka! I have it! Just practicing for my next incredible discovery, you understand. You're... Here you... Here you... I have been thinking a bit about that castle on the mountain lately. Such a castle might make a wonderful environment for scientific research. Perhaps someday one of my descendants will work in a castle like that.
This is a little too easy. You pick up. Your legs are too...
Good day, and good to see you again.
After some... You turn the large... The small key... After following the... The door won't... You hear a... You hear a gentle door hinges squeaking. Finally, the wraith vanishes under the force of your onslaught, its ties to this world severed at last.
That feels good. Just what you needed to relieve.
The chest is locked. In the chest you find a small flask labelled Healing and 25 crowns. Pretty nice for a few minutes' work.
That feels good.
You hear a door hit. You hear a door. The ghost's only response is a low moan that sends a chill of terror up your spine. You shiver as the ghost passes through you. A cold chill remains behind. There's nothing hidden under. You hear. You are so exhausted that everything. You hear a. You hear a. The cabinet is empty, save for a thick coating of dust. The cabinet. You hear a gentle. The monster doesn't seem to like you letting light into the room. Maybe you would have better luck at night.
After some After 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 some after some
Who is it, Toby? He came to visit while I was sleeping? Did you ask him what he wanted? Well then, ask him now.
You say hello.
Hello? Do you live in the castle now too?
You tell her about the innkeepers.
I miss my mommy and my daddy. But I can never go home. Not now. Toby says this is my home now. My name is Tanya, and this is Toby. What's your name? Toby's my best friend. We play games and tell stories, and I never had a real friend before. Toby says I'm his best friend, too. This is where I live now. I have this whole room to myself and Toby. Sometimes I get to go to the hall with Aunt Trina and play with Cuddles. Cuddles is Aunt Trina's pet hound. He's my friend, too. Aunt Trina says she will be my friend and take care of me. I like her. She gives me nice things. She sent Toby to me. She says I'll be her little girl forever and ever. That's the place with the big fireplace and all the fancy statues. Sometimes I dance for Aunt Trina there. It's fun. Except when the dark man is there. I don't like him. I don't like the dark man. I wish Aunt Trina never brought him here. Mean. I stick out my tongue at him all the time. Toby doesn't like the dark man either. Toby says the dark man can't be trusted. You should stay away from him. Aunt Trina says I dance very well. I like to dance, especially up in the air. That's really fun. Sometimes Aunt Trina and I dance all over the room. We dance on top of the statues and everything. It's like flying around and around. That's a scary thing. That's how come we always used to have garlic all around at the inn. Mommy and I used to braid the garlic and put it up all over the place to keep out the bad things. I don't like the smell of garlic. I had to wear garlic around my neck all the time. Now I have a pretty necklace instead. See? Isn't it pretty?
The necklace is on a choker chain, completely covering the little girl's throat.
A long time ago, I used to live at the inn. But now I get to live here. I don't have to be afraid of the bad things all the time. Now I have Toby to protect me. My Mommy and Daddy don't like me anymore. I did something bad and now they don't want to see me ever again. Sometimes I miss my Mommy and Daddy. I know, Toby. You and Aunt Trina take good care of me. I wouldn't want to leave you ever. But I still miss my mommy. Toby used to visit me at the inn. My mommy and daddy would not like it if they saw Toby. They wouldn't let me play with him, so I didn't tell them about him. One day, Toby brought me a beautiful doll. I never had a real doll before. I named her Vanna. But when my mommy saw Vanna, she got real mad. She tried to make me tell about Toby. My mommy and daddy yelled at me. They scared me. They took Vanna away, and they wouldn't let me see her ever again. I didn't want them to do that to Toby, so I ran away with him. Aunt Trina says my mommy and daddy won't like me now. She says they will be scared of me like they were scared of Vanna. I don't want my mommy and daddy scared of me. I will never go back again. I know, Toby. You should go now. I don't want to talk about bad things. What is that? Toby, let him in. Toby, he has our dolly. Look, Toby, it's Vanna! Thank you for bringing her to me. I thought she was lost. Where did you find her?
You tell Tanya how her mummy misses her.
I miss my mommy, too. Sometimes I want to cry, but I can't anymore. I just feel sad.
You tell her about the inn.
If I went back to the inn, I'd never be afraid of the dark again. Toby says that everyone would be afraid of me now. I don't want them to be afraid of me. Toby gave her to me. Mommy didn't like her. She kept trying to make me tell where I got Vanna from. Mommy wouldn't let me play with her. I was afraid Mommy wouldn't let me play with Toby anymore. Toby was my only friend. I didn't want my mommy to make Toby go away. I told Toby all about it, and Toby brought me here to Aunt Trina. She never takes my toys or friends away. Never. My daddy used to be happy. He would take me out walking around and talking to everyone in town, and the inn was always busy with new people to talk to, and I could stay up and dance while my mommy sang for people. Then the rains came, and then people didn't come to the inn anymore, and Daddy said that there were too many bad things. He wouldn't take me walking anymore. He made me go to bed when it got dark, and he said the bad things would try to get me. Mommy and I worked hard all the time to keep the inn nice and clean. And then my mommy, she never had time to play or sing anymore. And when it got night, she made me go to bed all by myself in the dark. It was really scary. I was afraid the bad things would get me. But nobody heard me when I cried. When I went out to the inn, Daddy would yell at me to get back to bed. I was scared. Daddy wouldn't let me have a candle or anything. He said it would bring the bad things. I didn't like the dark. But Then Toby came to my window at night. He would hold me, and he would talk to me, and he would tell me he would keep the bad things away from me all night. And I didn't have to be scared again, because I had Toby. When my mommy took my doll away, I was afraid she'd make Toby go away too, so I went away with Toby. Now I'm not afraid of the dark. I like the night. Aunt Trina says the bad things will never get me now, and I have Toby to take care of me. But sometimes I still miss my mommy. I can't go home again. And Aunt Trina says that this is my home now. She says that my mommy and daddy will think I'm a bad thing now, and that they won't love me anymore. Toby says this is my home now, and he loves me very much. I wish my mommy and daddy didn't think I was a bad thing. Then maybe Toby and I could visit them.
You say goodbye to Toby and Tanya.
Goodbye. Come again some other night.
You hear it. You hear. You hear. Door hinges squeak in protest. The bookshelves are full of incredibly exciting works, such as 250 years of Boyar ledgers and first-grade writing samples. You hear a door. He looks like someone with whom you really don't want to tangle. He's mean, he's tough, he's a goon.
I heard something. Did you hear something?
Nah, nobody ever comes here. People wants to get out of the dungeon, not into it.
You hear voices at the bottom of the stairs. You carefully oil the door.
Boring. This is definitely boring.
Hey, dungeons is always guarded, and we's the guards.
But why guard a dungeon when there's no one in there?
We got to guard something, don't we? Else we don't got the job.
Well, it's still boring. The math is really something, ain't she?
Yeah.
I even likes the kid. Shame they keep her all the way on the other side of the castle.
Yeah.
It's the Annabes guy I can't stand. He looks at us like we was food or something.
You got it. That guy gives me the creeps.
There's something strange about the volumes of Tobin's Spirit Encyclopedia, subtitled To Pass Beyond the Veil, on these shelves. You hear? It's a drinking horn. At least it would be a drinking horn if it had something to drink. You hear it. You hear? You reach up.
This would not be a good...
As you shake hands,
You deft... You are surrounded by warmth and friendship. There is the delicate taste of exotic fruit in your mouth, and the smell of 1,000 flowers fills your senses. You are again in the magic meadow near Spielberg. Then you see before you the bubbling fountain in the savannah near Tana. You can hear the rumbling purr of a savage jungle cat as it gently rubs its soft fur against you. You kneel down to take a drink of the cool, clear water. You look into the pool and see a reflection, not of your own face, but of another's. It is someone else you have never met, and yet know well. It is the face of the mage Erana. You gradually wake, shaking